Next game up is going to be Blackout versus Primetime. Now, this is a game that we expected it to be a real big-time game, but Primetime's going to be missing several of their players. Very unfortunate, because we knew that this can be a potential possible championship matchup. But unfortunately, because Primetime's shorthanded, they're going to still play, obviously, but it's not going to be the game we expected it to be. Blackout is a team that's known in this league. They're a team that's won numerous championships in the league, but they have not been looked at as a dominant team like before. Teams believe that they could beat them. They, even the year that they merged with Super Friends, and they almost lost that game to Ramsey and I believe UTF.
Yeah.
So this team has to learn, and they lost the championship on a drop pass by Ruben, if I remember. Hopefully don't quote me that. And then they won the championship the following year. So this team needs to sit in and have dominance from the beginning of the year. I think they have arguably maybe the second best quarterback in the B division. I think it's between him and Ramsey as of right now.
With Alex.
With Alex and Ramsey. We'll have to see during the season. But Blackout is a team that needs to show that they're the head team in this B division.
And the thing about this primetime team is they're like you said, they're shorthanded, but they can't let that bother them. They got to be in sync with their offense, and they got to score early to start that momentum early. So they got to take their time, not force any plays. They got to have a successful drive on the offense in order to make their job on the defense a lot easier. You want to keep the momentum going. And I think the key to that is Mach having a good game and not forcing any plays out there.
All right, we're going to jump right into the game. Blackout gets the first on the penalty. On first down, Alex throws to Chris in the middle for a decent gain. Then Alex throws to JR in the gap for another decent gain. Fourth down, Alex finds Meek in the back of the end zone, but a touchdown. Vadim gets a 2-point conversion, 8-zip. Blackout takes the lead. And if you look here, Pig doesn't see Meek cutting behind him, and he gives up this touchdown.
And because there's no communication on that side of the defense, Pig has no idea that all he had to do was step backwards a few steps and he would have been able to make a defensive play. But because he has no idea that the receiver's there, he's not able to make a play on it. And Alex is able to take that shot for the touchdown pass there.
Blackout's going to throw the ball off, and you're going to see here Juan with a big drop on the kickoff, and they put the ball at the 7-yard line. That's not a way you want to start this game. You're short-handed. You got to make that play or let it go out of bounds or something. That's a huge mistake by Juan. Second down, Mach on 5 rush, throws a quick in the middle, high and drop. Third down, Mach throws around in the middle for a nice gain, getting to the 40-yard line. Way to follow up that first pass by completing the next pass. Rella has to be a guy that steps up this season, the type of player that's capable of making big plays. Great catch there, take him to the 40-yard line. Fourth down, Mach on the free play, throws deep to Pig in the gap. Pig can't get to the ball, incomplete. Offsides on the defense is going to be replay, and Mach has to make that throw. Mach overthrew him, and Pig does not have that blowaway speed anymore, so you got to be able to get him the ball. There has to be more accurate where you can get him. Maybe 5 years ago, Pig makes his catch, but he's not that same player as far as speed-wise. I think he's a good offensive player, but you got to get him the ball where he can reach it. He's not able to get it. Okay, now we're going to have a replay of the fourth down. Mach throws to Berto on the sideline, off target, almost picked up by Jigga. Turnover on downs, Blackout makes the stop.
And right here, when you have a replay of the down, this is not a time to be inaccurate with a pass right there. Berto's not a guy with speed, so you got to be accurate when you're throwing him the ball, because he's not going to be able to react to it in a way that he's going to make up for your mistake by making that catch. Berto's not able to get to that ball, almost picked off, but it's fourth down anyway. That leads to a turnover, and they were only 5 yards away from his first down.
Second down, after a short pass, Alex throws deep to Pranks in the back of the end zone, off target, picked off by Earl. He's tagged at the 1-yard line, getting Primetime the ball back. And this is the one thing about Alex. Sometimes he takes chances because he has a strong arm, and that was a mistake because Earl had Pranks the whole time. Pranks was not open. Big interception by Earl.
And this is and at least Primetime's defense is able to make plays in plays like this. Alex takes a shot. I don't know why he didn't see Earl there defending him. Earl was able to stay with his Pranks and is able to make a big play, getting the offense back on the field.
Second down, after a short pass, Mach throws the Pig on the sideline, guarded by Jigga, incomplete. Third down, Mach throws deep to Juan in the middle of the field, short, picked off by Jay. Blackout gets the ball back. If you look here, Disco is wide open. doesn't turn around. Mach forces a pass deep and it's picked off.
And right now, Mach is not throwing his most accurate game right now, but you gotta be, as receivers, you gotta know to turn around. If you see a gap open, you know that there's nobody around you. You turn around, that ball should be hitting you right there. But because Disco does not react, it forces Mach to look elsewhere, and because of that, it ends up being picked off.
Alex with 2 short passes for a decent gain, getting him the first down. Second down, Alex with blocking from Lou, runs in the gap, pitches it to Vadim at the 5-yard line. Big play by Alex. Lou is a great blocker. You gotta send help. One-on-one will not work on this guy. Gotta send help. Alex makes him pay with his legs. 4th and goal. Alex throws the Vadim in the front of the end zone, off target, tipped by Disco, caught by Show in the corner end zone for the touchdown. Meek gets a 2-point conversion, 16-0, and that has to be one of our plays of the week. Show with the great play. What can you say about that?
And this is a play that even caught me off guard, because I'm thinking, okay, Disco's able to be there to make a tip, right? So that should be an incomplete pass. But Show is in the right place at the right time, and it's able to fall right in his hands. So even though they play good defense, they're still not able to stop this play from happening. Show's able to catch it for another touchdown by this Blackout team.
Next drive, Primetime's good to get the ball at their own 20. Mach with 3 short passes to Rel for a decent gain. Second down after getting the first, Mach throws it quick in the middle. That's going to be dropped. Third down, Mach throws it Rel open in the middle, drop. Primetime has to punt with 23 seconds on the clock. Now, I know we talked about Mach not being accurate a little bit in the beginning of the game, but these guys got to catch the football. Quick, known to catch the ball, drops the ball. Rel got to step up, drops the ball, and they're not helping their quarterback, especially when the team is shorthanded.
And the thing about this play is, I think that the quarterback and the receivers are out of sync.
Out of sync? Catch the ball!
Yes, they should know. But my thing is, I'm going to explain towards the half why they are out of sync. But right now, they are not on the same page. And these guys are not doing any favors to Mach out there catching the ball.
Second down, Alex throws deep to Pranks, wide open, getting in the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Rel and Earl playing short at safety, which makes no sense. Pranks gets behind him. Alex finds him. 22-0. Blackout at half. Takes the lead. And further lead, I should say.
Yes, and the thing about it is they're running away with this game. And if you look at Primetime, when I said earlier that they are out of sync, it's because, one, in my opinion, Mach, the way he hikes the ball, is looking like he's trying to catch a defense off guard. So he's moving at his own pace. And these guys are not the fastest guys out here on this offense. So because he's moving so fast, these guys are not able to react in his speed. And these guys are not even at the space that they need to by the time Mach is throwing the ball. Some of these guys are not turning around properly. So it's forcing Mach to throw passes and force picks. And because of that, other plays, it leads to them dropping the ball. So these guys are not moving as fast as Mach is. And because of that, me personally, I believe that that's why they're dropping passes. No excuse on why they're dropping passes, but their offense all around is killing their game. And that is why Blackout is running away with this game, and their defense cannot save them in this one right now.
Blackout went 3 of 4. Had the ball 3 times. This 4 times and scored 3. They're doing what they want. Now, the interception Alex threw would be concerned to me because Alex tends to try to make certain throws that he shouldn't make, and it gets intercepted, like we saw with Earl. Earl is not a guy that's going to get a lot of interceptions. Mm-hmm. But you give him an opportunity, he's going to make a play, and that's what he did. Other than that, they've been pretty much dominant, and they are trying to run away with this game.
The thing about it is, technically, they scored 2 touchdowns. One of them was a fluke because they did make a good defensive play.
Was it a touchdown?
Yes, it was a touchdown.
That means the defense didn't stop them.
They made a play. It still fell in the quarter. In the
was it a touchdown?
Yeah, it was.
That means the defense didn't stop them. Yeah. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
On the stats, on the score, it's a score. We're going to jump into the second half. Primetime gets first off of a penalty, so they're going to go 4 and out. First down, Mach on 5 rush, runs to the gap for a nice gain. Second down, Mach throws the Lele in the gap, getting them to the 8-yard line. Third down, Mach on 5 rush, thirds of Roberto in the back of the end zone, picked off by Benji, giving the ball back. If you look here, Quick is wide open, and another interception by Mach.
But if you look at this play here, this is to show that this team is out of sync on offense. If you look here, this is third down, mind you, third down.
Yep.
Quick is open in the gap. He's not in the end zone, but he's open in the gap. That's some good yardage to get you closer to the end zone. Mach does not throw him the ball. I don't know if it's that he saw him or if he didn't, but understand, keep in the back of your head, maybe this is in the back of his head, quick drop 2 passes.
Yeah.
Wide open in this game. So maybe that's why Mach didn't go to him on this play. But that hurts you at the end of the day because when you force it to someone else that's not open, it ends up being an interception. So this team got to fix their offense right now because they do not have the utmost confidence in each other, and it's leading to turnovers.
Second down, Alex with a deep pass to JR on the sideline, picked off by Rel, giving Primetime back the ball. Alex has thrown 2 interceptions this game. There was no reason to go downfield. You're up 22-0. You have to have more respect for yourself as a quarterback and not just give away free turnovers. That is a huge turnover by Alex, giving the ball right back to Primetime.
But I think that he went for that shot because it's 22-0. I think that he felt like their lead is already insurmountable. Like the other team can't come back. So let me take some shots. Let me have some fun out here. That's what it looks like to me because they have such a big lead already. He decided to take his chances. He kind of guessed wrong, and he ends up throwing an interception.
Second down, Mach on 5 rush, runs on the sideline, getting him to the 48-yard line. After getting the first, Mach throws the one in the gap for a decent gain. Second down, Mach throws deep to Pig on the sideline, overthrown, incomplete. Third down, Mach throws the one in the gap, knocked away by Show. Fourth down, Mach throws it up, knocked away, ending the game 22-0. Blackout with the shutout win.
Leading into my critique of Primetime, they were very short-handed. So I'm not going to kill them all away, but there's still no excuse of how they came out and played in this game. Mistakes that they made is mistakes that they didn't need to make, short-handed or no. They were out of sync, like I said before. That's not an excuse for your guys on offense to drop all of these passes.
I agree.
You cannot do that because I don't care what quarterback you have. That's going to kill his momentum. That's going to kill his morale on offense. And it's going to make him force plays out there because it feels like he's the only one that's going to be forced to make something happen. That's what it looked like to me. So these guys need to get in sync. It doesn't matter if they're shorthanded or no. I think that they would have had these problems anyway. So they need to fix this because it bleeded into their defense and the mistakes that they made. On defense, they didn't communicate. These guys were not talking. They were getting caught on their blind side. They're not communicating with each other on certain sides. And because of that, Alex was able to exploit that and throw 3 touchdowns on them. So they got to communicate on defense. Regardless of what's going on in the offense, they got to let that go and play their defensive game. They didn't do that. I believe overall, this Primetime team had a horrible game. This is week 1. They have to erase this out of their mind and move on. But they got to correct the mistakes that they made in this game. They can't afford to keep making them in the next one.
First of all, Blackout played great. But you know what I always say? When you're coaching, you never allow something in a win that you wouldn't in a loss. Alex threw 2 interceptions on second down. Can't happen. I know he was having fun, but on that second drive, on the drive out of the half, after they had just stopped Primetime, if they score, they could put the game away already. He don't. He has fun and tries to take a shot downfield, gets an interception. You're trying to get in and out as fast as you can for your guys don't get hurt on an unnecessary game. This is a blowout. This game should have been over. Having fun gets you hurt.
Yeah.
He can't take those chances. If he has the opportunity to put the game away, he has to put the game away. Brian, B19, has to get in on him and let him know you cannot give away free turnovers. That's like giving away money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want that on my record. I don't want that on my stats. I don't want that on my team. I don't want to be known as a guy that's going to turn the ball over. Because at the end of the day, when the stats are going up, Alex threw 2 interceptions. That's all that matters. Yeah. They won 22-0, but Alex threw 2 turnovers, threw 2 interceptions, and that cannot happen. Other than that, the defense looked good. I'm not going to bake him a cake. I'm not going to give him a medal because Primetime looked bad. Yeah. You know, but they got to understand there's other teams in this division that's going to give them a run. You know, and they got to be able to limit their turnovers, which Alex made too.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap that one up. Blackout with the blowout win over Primetime, 22-0. We'll be right back.
1, 2, 3.
All right, we want to thank y'all for coming back with us and joining us. I'm Stephen J. Ghost, Real Tough Talk. We're going to go over the last game, which is Young and Reckless versus Rockstars. Young and Reckless is a team that's formidable. I mean, we've seen this team win a championship. We've seen this team really form together as an upcoming team. And they have Mills throwing in this B division. So I like the weapons they got. Guys like Zeke, Machine. You know, they got a lot of weapons on this team. And I think they're a team to be reckoned with in this B division.
And the thing that I notice with these guys is, yes, they are weapons, but notably I see these guys playing well together on defense. You know, I've seen them play together on SYS, and I'm going to name 4 guys in particular, which is Sky, Zeke, Machine, and Mills on defense together. These guys are no joke when it comes to them facing offenses. They know how to work together and get things done. So that's something, regardless of what we say, they have weapons on offense, but I see them more as a team that can compete on defense, and I think that's going to be their strong suit throughout the season.
And they're going to play a Rockstar team that I've seen have success, and I think they kind of took a step back. They're trying to get their mojo back this season. Shaq leads the way. He's one of the leaders of this team. They have a Ty, very good coach. I really like to do, real good guy. And they have, like, weapons. I think their best player right now their best player on this team is Sunray. Okay. And unfortunately, because they don't have their quarterback, I heard their quarterback wasn't able to make it, they're going to have Sunray start. Okay. Now, Funk is supposed to be their quarterback. And so now that Sunray has to start, you lose him on the field. I think it's going to hurt him defensively with him playing defense. And I think this team needs to come together and remember the vision and the goal or the reason they got together. I think they kind of stepped away from that, and they have to get back into it, because when this team is all on the same level and competing, this team is very dangerous.
And one thing I got to say is, like you said, that they have Sunray starting instead of him playing his normal position. So this team looks like they're kind of shorthanded, but again, this is a week 1 game. They just have to find out exactly what they're able to do together and find a game plan. This is the game to figure out how you're going to play moving forward. So I see them trying to get things together in the first couple drives, and we get to see how they do coming up in this game.
All right, we're going to jump right into the game with Young and Reckless getting the ball. Los is going to catch it onside and run to the 30-yard line. And much love to Los. You know, I wanted to throw that out there real quick. He's coming off of the tragic death of his son. And this guy is giving every minute, every day, every week, everything, even though it just happened. The point is he's giving everything he got for his son. And the league has followed suit. You see a lot of guys in the league wearing his son's number. And we ask everybody if it's possible, just try to find a way to put the number 8 on, however you got to do it. I don't care if you put tape. You know, I don't care how you do it. But wear that number 8, because it really means something to Los and to his son. Playing with a heavy heart and the fact that he's out here playing and trying to compete. But we're going to jump right back into it. First down, Mills with a screen pass to Fish on the sideline, who runs for a decent gain. Second down, Mills with blocking for Machine. Gets past Watch Me. Runs into the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0. Young and Reckless score first, and Mills using his legs to find the end zone.
And the thing about it is the fact that he doesn't have to force any passes. He's able to take off, and he has somebody like Machine blocking for him. He could take off at any given time. He shows right here, and they're able to get the first score.
Third down, after 2 short plays, Sunray, who's starting at quarterback, throws deep to H.O. open on the sideline for a big game, picking up the first down. And H.O. is a guy who's definitely a dangerous weapon. This guy was with me on the Rebels, helping me win my championship, my last season playing, and this guy's a formidable weapon. Great play by him there. Sunray then on 5 rush throws H.O. again in the back of the end zone, picked off by Machine, who's going to run it all the way down the sideline, cut back into the end zone for the touchdown. 12-0. Young and Reckless.
And if you look at this play here, it looked like Sunray was he got comfortable with that big play to H.O. and it's like he looked at him, he looked for him again on that play. Unfortunately, he does not look at the other side of the field. If you look, there's a receiver here wide open on the other side of the field for the touchdown. But because Sunray was only focused on one side of the field, the machine was able to read that, pick it off, and run it all the way back for the score.
And if you watch this, as he was running it back, I think he's kind of using me as a blocker. I'm trying to follow the play. You know, the ref's supposed to follow the play in case it's a hold or something. But as I try to keep getting out of his way, he keeps going towards the way that I am going.
Yeah.
So a lot of people say I assisted on that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, great play by Machine, showing his ability to play defensively. And a lot of people forget that this guy made his name on defense. He plays offense, but he made his name and he makes his money on defense. Great play by him with that ill pick 6. Drew's gonna get here. Now Drew comes in. Drew's gonna get the go in as Sunray comes out at quarterback. Drew on first down, throws deep. EB in the middle, overthrown, incomplete. Then Drew with 3 straight passes to get them a first down. Drew then throws a Herb, cutting on the sideline. That's gonna be dropped. Second down, Drew throws a Summer on the side. Passes short, picked off by Wheezy, giving it right back to Young and Reckless. If you look here, Drew threw right into the coverage. He wasn't warmed up. He wasn't ready. Just jumped into the game and threw another interception.
And the thing about this is it looked like he was trying to throw it over the defender's head, but because he didn't give enough energy, he didn't put enough force into that pass, the defender's right there, he's going to come and pick it off. That's exactly what happens. I think he should have just threw a shorter play early with Sunray. He was open on the sideline. Drew didn't take that, and then Lisa interception.
Mills on 5 rush, rolls left, throws to the short to Machine, who runs in a decent game. Third down, Mills throws a Ruby, cutting in the middle for a decent game, picking up the first down. Second down, Mills throws a Poppers in the gap for a few yards. Mills is completing passes, keeping the chains moving, keeping the ball moving. Third down, Mills on 5 rush, runs in the gap, getting to the 7-yard line with 5 seconds left. Fourth down, Mills scramble with blocking from Machine. He throws a TP in the back of the end zone, bob with it, then he's knocked by Shaq. Pass is incomplete, taking us into the half, 12-0. And this is the problem that I have with TP. These are the catches he has to make. TP's always been a guy on the borderline from being a star because sometimes he let his emotion or his inconsistent play hurt him. I think he's right there with the ability to go from role player to star, but then when you do this, you see why people label you as a role player. I think he has too much talent to be just labeled a role player, but he has to be more consistent.
You was talked about his inconsistencies. I kind of saw it too when they was playing with SYS, and he's a person that is able to make plays when that switch is on. But you have to find a way to get that switch on with TP, either with smack talking from the other team, whatever. He has to get fired up in order for him to get his game going. But when it's not and everybody's, chilling, not necessarily stressing the game, that's when TP is not at his best. So when he gets fired up, that's when he plays his best. But I don't see him in that mode right now.
Well, we're going to go to the half. It's going to be 12-0 Young and Reckless. Listen, Rockstar's got to get it together. I know they're short. That's a given. I know they don't got their quarterback. That's a given. But you got to play for respect. You got to respect that name on your chest. That Rockstar name is not nothing to be played with. You know what I mean? That's your brother's name. These guys got to start playing ball. Now, of course, we want them to have fun. That's what the game is about. That's what Rockstar is about, having a good time. But if I remember Rockstar playing, he's going to make you respect him every time you step on the field. And this team needs to get that back. They already got the inconsistent as far as flags out when they used to get or being not playing disciplined. They got that out of the way. This team plays very disciplined now. But now they got to get their mojo back. And as far as saying, listen, we're one of the top teams here. We want you to fear us because you feared our man Rockstar on the field. And I think right now they got to get that back.
This offense has to pick up the pace right now. You have Mills able to run it in for the score, but you're not going to be able to do that consistently all the time depending on what team you play. So they got to drive down the field with passes. They were able to do that in that last drive, but TP could not finish with the touchdown. They got to be more consistent on that with on offense all around in order for them to keep the ball moving and then putting up points.
All right, we're going to jump into the second half. After a short pass for the first down, Drew's going to throw in the gap for a decent game. Third down with blocking from Shaq. Drew rolls right, throws a Sunray in the gap for a decent game, but Drew was flagged for stepping over the line, and that's a loss down. That is a huge penalty because it loses them a down at 5 yards after he completed it. We talked about this team playing with discipline. That was a bad flag there. 4th down, Drew throws it up, knocked away, turnover on downs. This team cannot get the engine going. They can't get roughed up to move the ball, and they get stopped yet again.
And I think it was because they never really had a game plan moving in. You saw Sunray start early in the game, and then Drew just popped in, you know, without warming up or anything like that. So none of these guys are in sync on this offense, and it's showing with how many turnovers they're causing in this game.
After getting the first down, Mills on 5 rush is sacked by Herb, and it's finally they make a defensive play to show that they have some type of life in this game. 2nd down, Mills with a screen pass to Fish, who runs on the side for a decent gain. 3rd down, Mills with blocker from Fish, runs, but it's tagged from Herb for a short gain. 4th down, Mills with blocker from Machine, throws the loads in the front of the end zone, right through his hands, drop, turnover on downs. That's 2 touchdown passes we've seen drop, and you cannot make those mistakes. Mills is getting to the ball, his receivers ain't helping.
And the thing about it is, again, that's just the offensive players, the receivers are not playing at the caliber that Mills is. He's driving down the field, he's finding ways to get to the end zone. They're not finishing the deal with these catches in the end zone. They got to clean that up. Yes, I know rock stars are struggling right now, but this is not a moment that you want to show that you're inconsistent out there, and they got to fix this.
Rock stars get the ball back. Remember, it's 12 zip. Young and reckless. Drew on 1st down, throws deep to EB in the gap. Sky knocks it away, incomplete. 3rd down, Drew throws to EB again, cutting in the middle. That's going to be dropped and almost picked by TP and Mills. And EB has to catch that ball. It seems like Drew likes going downfield to him to make plays, and he's not helping his quarterback by dropping his pass. 4th down, Drew throws a Sunray on the sideline, off target, incomplete, turnover on downs. This offense looks pathetic. They can't complete a pass. When they have opportunity to get receivers open, the receivers are dropping it. And Ty has to take blame for this because he's the coach of this team. Very inefficient offense.
And I think that was the way that they've been playing from the beginning. They have no way to solve this issue right now at this point. This is going towards the end of the game, and they still haven't fixed this issue. And the thing about it is, even though it was from drop passes, their defense is holding the best they can by preventing 2 scores in this game. But their offense can't help them by not scoring and putting up points, so that's why they're struggling right now.
2nd down, after a short pass, Mills on 5 rush, runs in the gap with nice blocker from Mula. Mills runs it in for the touchdown, ending the game, 18-0. Young and reckless comes away with the win.
And the funny thing is, no touchdown passes from this team. 2 runs by Mills. He found a way to get it done with his feet, which is something that's going to help them, save them from forcing turnovers, don't force interceptions or anything like that. So that's a good thing. You got that out. You got that down pat. But if you're not able to catch passes that's going to put up points, that's going to be an issue moving forward. So they got this win. You know, they played a struggling Rockstars team, but they shouldn't be happy with the way they played. At least not, you know, on an offset. They need to make some moves to fix their issues. You know, they have to catch these passes. I think that's their main issue right now. If they fix that, they'll be a much better team for it.
And we're going to go to an interview with Mills and Machine, and we'll be back, and I'll sum up the game on both teams. We'll be right back. What's going on? Stephen J here with the Young and Reckless team. They had a big win over the Rockstars, 18-0. Mills, y'all seem to be able to score without you having to throw a touchdown pass. You had 2 big runs for touchdowns. Is that a concern that y'all dropped 2 touchdown passes?
Nah, not really. Not really. Like, just drop passes. Just drop passes. We get it together. First game.
Do you think that you showed people another style of your game, being that you can not only beat teams with your arm, you can beat them with your legs?
See, that's the difference now. Everybody's so used to my arm. They're not used to my legs no more. So now that's why I bring that up. That's the difference.
Mills, tell me something. Machine, tell me about the defense. You was able to shut them out. We know they didn't have their full team, but if I know you playing whoever's on the field. You don't care who's here, who's not here, whatever. What does that say about your defense today?
Oh, nothing changed about my defense. Like I said, my brothers is hungry. Nothing changed. I don't care who we playing. I don't care if they got 5 men. Like I tell my men, put them on their fucking back. We not playing with nobody. You understand me?
Tell me what you saw in that pick 6 when you ran down the field. By the way, you almost ran me down. You're going to see down the highlight. But he kind of used me as a blocker. But tell me what you saw in that. Tell me what you saw in that pick 6.
Man, I saw the crib, and I saw that I had a Mack truck in front of me, so I already know I was going to the crib automatically. So that's it, man. I saw that he wanted the back, and I know I'm an experienced defensive player. I'm a vet at this, you feel me? So I baited that, and he fell in right to my trap, and I took it to the crib.
Big question. I know Mills is a little nice on it. You know the way when I coach, I'm not gonna accept anything in a win that I wouldn't in a loss. Y'all dropped 2 touchdown passes.
Yeah,
is that concerning to you?
Yes, it is concerning to me. Cause like I tell you, we balling. I don't care who we playing. We must catch the ball. You understand me? Because that could hurt us in the long run. Even if we up 30, we catching that ball. Even like cause if it come down to a game that we need to catch that ball, stand we down 6. We need to catch that rock. So that right there got to get fixed on. We're going to fix it. We're
going to thank these guys for being with us. They had a big win. They're not happy, though. They're not. I love that. They're not happy about the win. They'll take it, but they're not happy about it. Know they need some changes, but they start up the season 1-0. We're going to thank these guys, Senior. We're going to see you in a second.
Shout out. It's real tough. Yeah, tough is tough, and I like it because it's real.
I like that. Got to put down the shirt. Yo, appreciate y'all. We're going to thank these guys for the interview. First, I'm going to talk about Young and Reckless. Nice pick 6 by Machine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give the defense a cookie because Rockstars was short. So we're not going to talk much about Young and Reckless defense. Offensively, they put up 18 points, but one of those was on the pick 6. So they put up 12. 1, they didn't throw a touchdown pass. 2, Mills ran 2 touchdowns in. Now, my problem is, 1, you're not going to be, this is a tough B division. He's not going to win throwing only 12 points on offense. You're not going to win versus a team like Shockers because Ramsey's going to put up points. Mills ain't running for 2 touchdowns versus a Blackout team. So the things that they did today, it's not going to work against these other teams. They got to figure out what's going on. Dropping 2 touchdown passes is key. Depending on Mills to run the ball, that is key. Now, it's one thing when Mills uses his ability to run, but look at this right here. And this is, I'm going to get on the rock stars about this. Look at this play right here. Nice block by Mula. Mula doesn't block, and he scored. Look at his 3rd down play. Mills blocking from Fish runs, but it's tagged for Herb for a short game. He got tagged, but Fish was blocking. These guys are not going to be able to block against these other teams. So they're going to depend on Machine. Well, if you depend on Machine, it's going to hurt him on offense.
Yeah.
These guys, Lowe's have to catch passes. TP has to catch passes. These guys got to help out their quarterback if they want to be successful in this division. And on the other side, Rockstar's got to get it together. 2 of your main weapons quarterback today, in a Sunray and Drew. Those are 2 of your best offensive players, both playing quarterback. Not going to work. Defensively, you can say you only gave up 12 points, but Mills didn't throw a touchdown pass. There were 2 touchdown passes dropped. They should have gotten blown out. Rockstar's got to figure out, what are we here to do? Are we going to have our full team? Are we going to not let people disrespect us by thinking that they could put up 18 points on us easy? That's what they need to do. And I put this 100% on their coach. He has to make sure everybody's here. He has to make sure he has something if some people ain't there. And this team was not prepared. You can see that on the pick 6 machine, the way Sunray went down easy. This team was not prepared, and that's on coaching.
At the end of the day, I'm not going to kill them because it'll be unfair.
And it's the first week.
Because you ready to go in on to blaming the coach and, they got to fix this or whatever. But like I said earlier, it's week 1. This is the time where you fix your issues.
Okay.
Now, week 2, if they're going through the same thing, then there's no excuse.
Okay.
But week 1, they were short. They didn't have everybody there. So we're not going to penalize them. We're not going to lock them up in prison or anything like that for not having everybody there the first game. So take it easy. Like I said, we'll wait and see what happens in the next week. But if they have the same problems, then that's going to lead to a bigger issue for this team.
Well, we're going to go through some things, and then we're going to give you our players of the week. C Division, you had YGs over the Chiefs. That was a very slow-paced game. 6-0, YGs come away with the win. You're going to have East New York versus Suicide Squad. East New York wins, I believe, on a forfeit, 12-zip. You're going to have Brotherhood versus the Unit, and Brotherhood continues to blow out the Unit. Unit are not on the same level as this team. They win that game 25-6. In the C2, Primetime playing a lot better than they played in the higher division. In the C2, they beat OTF 28-8. Then OTF was able to come back their next game in a doubleheader and beat Bullies 29-12. The Little Rascals versus the Badgers. Little Rascals wins 27-6. I can't believe there's a team called the Little Rascals. I love it. They just better have an alfalfa. You cannot have a Little Rascals team and not have an alfalfa. I'm going to find out about that. And you have Power Circle, my man Wayne, versus Haters Gonna Hate. They come away with the win 20-14. Definitely good games there. And we wanted to give you a little real insight on those games. And we're going to go through the players of the week. My player of the week is my man Brett Ramsey, or Ramsey Farr, however you want to call him. The guy reminds me of Brett Farr with speed. Ramsey of the Shockers. The guy threw 3 touchdown passes. The guy also ran in the touchdown, blowing out YGs 28-8. He's my player of the week. I think he's right now is the best quarterback in the B division. And I know we just started, but I don't care what you say. I go with what I see. I think he's the best quarterback in the B division. He's my player of the week.
And that's going to be a hard thing to match up on because Ramsey was lights out, and I think that he was officially the most consistent guy in the B division in week 1. So it's hard to actually have somebody to compare to that as player of the week. But I'm going to give a close second. In my opinion, the close second for me, even though he only scored 2 touchdowns, was Mills at quarterback. Because he ran 2 touchdowns in, he had opportunity to have 2 more drop passes. But because he was able to control the game and make sure that they stayed ahead with his feet alone, that's enough for me to give him the player of the week on the other side for Young and Reckless.
All right, every week we're going to give you our players of the week, depending on the games that we do and we see. And we're going to wrap this show up. Basically, Darren also said, shout from the commissioner, there was some cleats found on the field. Hopefully by the time you see this, we'll have a picture of the cleats. Get your garbage, he said, because they will be thrown away next week. Make sure y'all guys grab y'all stuff. Next week, next game, colors are mandatory. As you saw in the video, it looked terrible. Too many different colors. You'll be charged timeouts. And it just looks better on video, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to do my best to talk to Darren about telling him what team to wear what color. For we don't have teams wearing the same color. But let's try to look. I mean, we don't have uniforms. We don't have shirts. It don't matter. But let's be in the same color. It makes the video looks better. It makes us look organized. And definitely, it's a good look. With that being said, we're going to wrap up our first week in the BQFL. We're excited. I hope you're ready. Because I'm going to say how I feel. Doesn't matter. I'm like Skip Bayless or even Simon in American Idol, which don't come on no more as X Factor or whatever. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm going to be brutally honest, man. It's all love. I'm just saying what I feel. You could prove me wrong. You know what I mean? Definitely, just to let guys know, I'm only going to say this once this time. What I say on the show has nothing to do when I ref on the field. Completely different story. I'm at business there. I'm doing my job. But here on the show, I'm doing my job as a commentator. So I'm going to say what I want, and usually it's probably going to be a lot of hate.
And
hating type
a lot
person.
of untruths and stuff like that. Because, you're not the truthful one out of the 2 of us here. So I'm just putting that out there, too. So you can be as animated as you want. But I'm the one with the facts. You're the one with the animation. You're the one with the jokes and all the non-seriousness and everything. So that's how we do. And that's the differentiating of us between
It's a big
you.
word.
Huh?
It's a big word.
Yeah, because I'm the serious one.
Yeah.
I try to differentiate from you. That's, the difference right there.
I just try to be different. See the difference? I don't need to use a big word. Same difference. And then we're going to wrap it up. We're going to thank y'all for being here with us. We hope y'all enjoyed our first week of Real Tough Talk. Probably next week you'll see us on Instagram. We're going to try to give out shirts every week when we go on Instagram Live, ask some questions about the games. I'm going to interview guys live. And that's going to be a great look, man, starting next week. So we're going to give y'all a shout out. Shout out to BQFL. Thanks for having us. This is week 1. Real Tough Talk. I'm Stephen J. It's my partner Ghost, and we're gonna see y'all guys next week on the show. We out of here.